All right, now that we know what everything is, mat, fireboard, spindles, bow, and handhold, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a friction fire using the bow drill method. I have the camera pointed down instead of towards my face so that you can see what I'm doing. Now the first thing we want to do is take the mat. Mine's a little burnt up, yours is a lot nicer, and lay that flat on the ground. Then the next thing we want to do is take our fireboard. Now your fireboard will come with two burn holes in it, and you can see below each of the burn holes is a triangular notch that's cut into the wood from the baseboard to the apex of the triangle comes directly in the center of the hole. Now I'm going to go over troubleshooting how to put these holes and notches in the fireboard in a later video. I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next step for now, just for time's sake, so we can get that coal done. So I want to take the notch of the fire hole that I want to use and put that directly over the mat. Just lay it right on top of the mat. Once I've done that, I'm right-handed. I want to take my left leg and put it over the fireboard like so. Tuck in any loose pants. You don't want to have that get in the way or catch on fire or anything bad to happen. Put that your foot about 1 inch to 2 inches away from the hole, whatever you feel comfortable with. You just don't want the board sliding around while you're making the coal. Now the next thing you want to do is take your spindle. Now your spindle has a pointed end like a pencil and a round blunt end. Now you want the round blunt end, this one, facing down and place that into the hole, and the pointed end that looks like a pencil, you want that up, and you want that to be secured in your handhold. So now I'm going to take the spindle and my bow, take the cordage, and just watch what I'm doing. I take my spindle and go under the rope and just kind of wrap it around like a coily snake and pull the spindle up, and you can see in the bow, tension has been created. And again, I'll show you in a later video how to adjust the tension on the cordage and the bow and make sure that your spindle is nice and tight. I just kind of wanted to give you the principles behind it. So once I have my spindle secure in my bow, nice tension, I'm going to place that blunt end down into my fire hole. Take my spindle, there'll be a little, or my handhold, you can see there's a burn hole on top of there, and place that on the pencil end. As you notice here, I've got my left hand firmly secure against my leg. So sometimes it's good to lean forward, because when I'm back and there's space separating my arm from my leg, I don't have any stability, and this hand's going to be going all around, and I'm going to have a ton of difficulty doing anything. So I want to make sure I'm leaning forward and my left arm is firmly against my left leg. Once that's done, I want to start moving the bow back and forth like so, with long, slow, smooth strokes. And why I want you to go slow here is because you gotta have time for, as the wood of the spindle meets the wood of the fireboard, it's forming dust down on that mat. And I need to form a good amount of dust before my coal is gonna get made. So I wanna go nice and slow. I don't wanna burn through this wood really quick. Nice and slow, and let that coal form. It's gonna smoke a little bit. Now I like to go a little bit longer. If you're going slow and not putting a lot of pressure, you can go a little longer, because I want my coal to be nice and big. I don't want a small one. It's much easier to light up a tinder bundle if you have a big coal. So now I've got about enough to go, enough dust, so I'm going to increase my speed. As you can see, smoke's really starting to come. I think I have it full right around now. Usually go about 10 strokes once it starts to plume. I'm going to slowly remove my spindle. And you can see I have a coal lit right here. I'm not going to panic. I'm going to let it smoke a little bit. I'm going to let that coal get nice and hot. Let it sit for just a second. Then I'm going to take a very, very small stick, twig, anything. I don't want to disrupt the coal too much. I'm going to place it on the back end of the coal just as a support. I'm going to and I'm going to lift the board off. As you can see here in the video, that's a pretty good sized coal. I could have done, a 10 strokes and really smoked it quick, but I would have gotten something really small. But yeah, this is what your coal is going to look like. I'm not going to do it. I'm indoors. It's nighttime. Tomorrow, I'll do the next video, which is putting the coal in the tinder bundle and actually igniting that. And that is how you make a coal using the Bojo method.